morning, guys. Welcome to Virginia International Raceway, and we finally have the turd out at the racetrack. And let me tell you right now, we're just gonna kick things off with a big, this is going to be a very bad day, or at least a very short day. The last thing this car did was look like the vehicle that would be driven by a meth-themed superhero. I have no confidence in this car surviving one lap around VIR, let alone a whole track day. But you know, that's what we're here to put to the test. So this morning I took it to the gas station on the trailer. I filled it up with 87 octane, regular fuel. Do I have insurance on it? No. Do I have track insurance on it? No. If this car rolls off into the trees at VIR, I will be out not that much money. I will not feel that bad. So that's kind of the upsides of this car already showing itself. Very cheap to operate. In theory, with the upgraded oil pan and whatnot, it should last. Will it? That remains to be seen. The setup is completely untested. I have no idea how this car is going to handle. I'm running in the advanced group because I know my way around VIR and I've done a lot of track days, but my car is probably going to be a good bit slower than everybody else here. So I'll start from the back for sure. And I don't expect to get any point buys all day. Our first session is in 20 minutes and I'm going to be employing a little bit of subterfuge. I'm going to be running with my soft top up all day for as many laps as this car can manage, because the guys in tech told me that my head is a little bit too tall. So when we get home, probably gonna find a way to lower that seat, because even with that big beefy hard dog bar, my head is still just poking up above the roof line. But you know, I think that's really the least of my worries. I have no idea how this car is gonna hold up, but in about 20 minutes we're gonna find out.
What's funny is they're waiting, they're in a train, and I am going flat out, baby. Get my first point box, gonna get used to that. I think we have opened up an exhaust leak, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Porsche behind me, I guess I'll give him the point. Yeah, I let him by.
Well, that was something. This is the slowest little turd I've ever driven. You think when you buy a car from some guy in West Virginia, you know, and have like the most bizarre interaction with him, and he's completely ruined the car, done the worst mods possible. It seems funny, right? And it's like, oh well, you know, I can undo this stuff and then the car will probably just be fine. I feel like this car has been through a blender.
This car feels terrible.
I feel like he put this car into a spoon and heated up the spoon. Everything about this car is a little off.
The seat kind of moves forward when you brake, and then when you get on the gas it moves back a little bit.
When I go into braking zones, for example, hard on the brakes, the car wants to go in 6 different directions. When I step on the brakes, the car wants to do an endo. It wants to just kind of spin around.
Oh my god, under braking, this thing is a nightmare. What is going on?
When I turn particularly hard on a tight right-hander, at a certain point the car will just kind of start to skip along. I'm sure all these things are just sort of set up things that need to get figured out. Suspension and sway bars and, you know, brakes and stuff like that, and brake compounds. But it is very unnerving to drive and does not give you a lot of confidence. It's hilarious on these 200 treadwear tires because it has so much grip, like never is coming close to the limit of grip. You can take a corner so hard and, you know, it's completely fine. Wide open throttle on the exit of, you know, tight corners, no issue whatsoever. 100 horsepower is not going to spin these tires. Running with the soft top on got annoying almost immediately because this clip right here just started to keep popping open. There's really no way to keep it from opening, so I just have to keep slapping it about 3 times a lap to just close up the soft top and keep it from flying back. On the plus side, it's also kind of a ton of fun. We just did the second session and oh my God, this is such a slow car. So incredibly slow. I swear I gave 35 point buys in that last session. There was a BMW in front of me for the entirety of the session. Not an M3, it was a 328, 330, something like that. And he gave me multiple point buys, which I could not use because flat out, I could not pass him. Even when he was off throttle, I couldn't pass him. But so fun, mid-engine is cool. I just wish I had 50 more horsepower, 25 more horsepower. I wish I had 1 more horsepower.
This is it.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. That last session was an absolute riot. The car is absolutely the best. Just flat out, literally from turn 4 all the way up until 10. It's just completely flat. Like going through the uphill S's is like going down the back straight. It's just as easy. The minor steering inputs, don't even have to think about the throttle. However, I did have a little oopsie, and then immediately following that, my exhaust, which has been kind of separating on and off all day, I keep tightening it up. It finally just gave up, so it's completely fallen off from the header, and that's a little bit loud. But we ran over to Advanced Auto, which is like 20 minutes away. Got a bunch of nuts and bolts and Loctite and stuff, washers, and I think we can fix it up and make this last session.
Okay, last session of the day. Let's see if we get some open track time. Let's see if this exhaust stays on.
That's it. That's a wrap. The car held up really amazingly. Well, I thought this was going to be just a disaster of a day. I thought the car was going to break immediately. And instead, this is probably one of the best track days I've ever had. This was so much fun. The amount of time that I'm spending on throttle when I'm out on track, that's what you come to the racetrack to do. You want to step on the gas. And that's all you do in this car. It is so much fun to have like 90 horsepower. Never driven mid-engine before. It was a ton of fun. Huge learning curve. I'm still not very good at it. The car is hard to play with, hard to drive right at the limit for me, but man, when it hooks so good. So next step, gonna get maybe a bucket seat, and then we're gonna put you guys in the car. Luke, behind the camera, we're gonna put you in the car. Devontae, you're gonna get in the car. Everybody's gonna drive this car. All my buddies are gonna drive this car, and we're gonna see if we can do, I don't know, what, 100 laps in a weekend? Seems doable. The worst MR2 in the world is a little better in my opinion now. The video's not over. Because of how tremendously slow the MR2 was at the racetrack as far as mile per hour, I'm up here at Turbo XS with my buddy Jermaine, and we're gonna get it dynoed. So Maine, for reference, on the back straight at VIR, which is almost a mile long,
Okay.
at 4,000 feet, it hit 109 miles per hour, okay? And for those of you that aren't in the US, 109 miles per hour converts to like 95 knots.
106 horsepower, somewhere around there.
106.
Yes, 106.
I feel like that's kind of generous.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go 95.
Okay.
All right, let's see what we can make.
All right, let's do it.
You nailed it, bro.
Pretty good. Pretty freaking
On the
good.
money. That's way more than I thought.
Yeah. 107.
107. Dude, what the heck? You were off by 1 horsepower. You got it right on the money.
Pretty good, huh?
Pretty good. I can't believe it's even over 100. It's so slow on track.
Yeah.
Unbelievably slow. All right, so what do I need to do, in your professional opinion, to make more horsepower?
Put a K-series in it.
Great, okay, that's very helpful. All right, guys, well, thanks again to Jermaine. Go check out turboxs.com.
Yep.
Lots of awesome, like, go fast bits and stuff like that. And you can follow Jermaine at his Instagram on Jermaine Tuning on Instagram. And yeah, thanks very much for watching. Sorry the car is so slow. We'll see if we can do anything to go faster. Maybe that doesn't involve a Honda engine.
Okay.